Hello everyone! So before we get started, if you are enjoying the videos and find them informative, why don't you go ahead and think about liking and subscribing. It really does help out, and I want to do this full time. I just want to help y'all learn how to make games. It's what I love to do. And then, once you do that, have a great day. Otherwise, you know what? I still want you to have a great day. So, with that out of the way, this shameless plug, let's get into the video. Alright, so we've got the functionality of our reload in place. Let's work on the form, which is basically the reload animations. So to do this, we are going to need reload animations. If we go to our item data, weapon data, we can go to our base weapon. We could add this to the struct, but then we gotta close the engine, open it back up. So instead we're just gonna add it over here. That's the wrong button. I'm going to add in a reload montage. It's going to be an anim montage object reference. Compile that, and now each one will have its own specific slot for a reload animation, which we need to set up. So let's go into our characters folder, player, animations, and let's find our reload animations. So we got reload pistol, right click, create anim montage, mt for montage underscore player because of whose montage, reload pistol. And then this is the rifle. I'm gonna be doing the hip reload. You can do either one, or you can set it up to have different ones. I'm just gonna cover the one. I'll do, let's see, rifle reload, and then shotgun, which we'll use also for the grenade launcher, even though it doesn't really make sense. It'll just have to work because of our limitations here. Shotgun reload. So let's save all that, and then let me throw my phone across the room so it doesn't go off. I caught it ahead of time this time. Now we've got our reload animation set up. Let's go ahead and keep that, and we'll jump into each one of them because we're going to need an anim notify in here. A notify is very handy because you can trigger certain events based on the position of the actual animation. Right about here is where he fully inserts the magazine, so we'll add a notify, montage notify. You can click it and add a name if you want, or if you don't want, then you can just use it and it'll still trigger once this notify fires, because it's the only one we really need for this one. Asset browser, rifle reload, we'll do the same thing. So figure out where, about there is when, well, back it up a little bit. Right there he slams the mag again. So add notify, montage notify. Same thing for the shotgun. So this one's a little bit different because he goes doink, 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 adding shells individually. But right here, it's done. So we'll say that is reload. What's cool is you can go through here, and every time he does that, you could click this little track and add a notify track if you wanted to, and right click, add, and you could play sounds or effects or anything like that. Like you could play, in fact, you know what, we'll go to the very end, right about here. We'll right click, add notify, and we're just going to play a sound. And this one is going to be the shotgun reload cue, and I'm going to set its volume way down, like 0.25. Turn my volume up. So, but in order to get all that to fire, we'll need to go into our player blueprint to actually set up that. So we'll go to our player blueprint, and right in our reload function, let's see. Oh, okay. So we are going to disconnect this for now, grab these, move them down, and we're actually going to create a custom event called reload weapon. I hate when those little tags pop up and you can't see what I'm typing. reload weapon. And then when we press R, we'll call that reload weapon. And when we reload our weapon, we want to get our mesh, and we are going to play montage. We'll hook that in here, and the montage we want to play will depend on what our animation is. I'm just going to move that up there. For our weapon. So in order to get that, we'll grab our weapon reference and find our reload montage. Plug it in like so. On notify begin, reload ammo, and we should be good to go. So up here off the false, if we check to see if we have ammo and we don't, then we will just call that reload weapon function. Now we'll do some limitations on it in a minute. Let's just make sure that it is working. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because we need to go into our item data, weapon data, and actually establish their animations. So let's open our rifle, shotgun, and pistol, and grenade launcher if you want to. I'm just going to do these for now. So shotgun is the shotgun reload. The rifle is the rifle reload, and the pistol is the pistol reload. Compile, save, back. Compile, save, back. Compile, save. Yup. Now we should be able to jump in, draw our weapon. Not that one, because that's the one I did not do. And since we're using a montage, it doesn't matter what his legs are doing. You can strafe with it, you can run with it. Now let's get all the way to the end and make sure it does that automatically. Yeah, cool beans. But we do need some limitations into it, so we don't want to reload our weapon if our ammo is already full. So we are going to set up one more function kind of similar to this one, where we're getting it. What we can do is we can duplicate our check has ammo. So we'll duplicate that. Check needs reload. This way we can check to see if our ammo is actually if our current is less than our max. So if we go into this check has reload, we'll get our weapon info and set the max clip to be a new pin. And we are going to see if our max clip, or our current clip, is less than our max clip. So we'll get rid of that greater than. We'll do a less than in its place and plug it in like so, and then bam. And we'll just rename this one to B needs reload. That way we don't have to go through the keys and the values, all that again. Save some of y'all's time. So when we reload the weapon, we can grab out our check needs reload. We'll add a branch, and if true, then we'll do that. And if not, we'll do a print string just to say ammo full, just to make sure that that's doing what we want it to do. So I should be able to pull the weapon out and reload it the first time because I have it set differently, but then yeah. Now something else that we'll need to restrict is, I guess interrupting the animation is kind of cool, but you would probably want, what is this? Fire trace hit component is simulated. Oh, okay. So from our fire trace, from the hit component, if you get that error, what we can do is we'll just drag this a little ways this way, and from the hit component we'll just see if it is valid. And then that shouldn't pop up anymore. Alright, so where were we? We were on not interrupting our reload animation. So on our left mouse button, what we can do is we can just get our mesh, get the anim instance, which returns the animation instance that is driving the class. Basically, it'll check to see what animation is playing. And if it is playing, is any montage playing, then we don't want to trigger our fire. So now let's check it. So switch to that. I can fire. I reload. I'm clicking. I can't fire until it's done. Okay, so we can also reload while we're falling, and then our landing animation will interrupt it. So what we might do is we'll also go into our reload event. We'll just back this up, add a branch, and make sure that we are on the ground. We can do that by getting our character movement and seeing if we are falling. If we are, then we don't want to do anything. If we're not, then we can check. I'm pretty sure our jump is also set to where it won't do anything if... Oh, that's the... Is any montage. Yeah, so we won't be able to interrupt it that way either. So I can do that. I can't shoot or jump. As soon as I'm done, I can. And then when I reload my pistol, it does a different animation. I don't have a shotgun. I'll give him the shotgun real quick, just to show you all that sound playing. And the first one should be the shotgun. Yeah. So each time he inserts a shell, you could add another sound if you wanted to. I'm not sure what. What sound would work for that. We might adjust this jumping animation to where it only plays his feet portion of it instead of the arms, instead of it making a full body. Because if he's armed, you wouldn't really want him to do that. You'd want him to be able to kind of run and jump. But we'll settle that for another video. So we got the reloading kind of figured out, and we will, in the next one, start getting our UI elements on screen. So I will see y'all soon. Bye-bye.